Hi everyone, my name is Les Holmes and you are watching The Thread on thethread.ca. Today the topic is going to be about transitioning relationships. When you are done a relationship, should we jump right back into another one? That's the question I want you to answer.
Have you ever felt? Are you watching?
The Thread. Yeah. Are you listening? The Thread. Yeah. Yeah.
You know everybody's talking about.
So there's been plenty of times where I've met people and I've seen them out at clubs, bars, whatever. A lot of times I've been like, man, what's going on with this? What's up with this crowd? You guys are hype. And they're like, oh yeah, she just broke up with her boyfriend. Or he just broke up with his girlfriend. He's single now. Yeah, and they're wilding out. They're acting crazy. They're doing it up. They thought that meeting someone or jumping into something was going to fill that gap. You know, no pun intended. But they thought it was going to fill that void to where that little bit of loneliness set in right after their relationship. And a lot of people think that, you know, oh yeah, it's gonna, that's what I need to do. You know, I don't want to be alone, or I want to get back at, you know, the other person. Or they think, oh, he or she's probably doing it, so who cares? I might as well do it. Is that the right way to think though? Is that responsible thinking? Don't get me wrong, if you are ending a relationship where maybe sexually it wasn't on point and maybe there was deprivation, sexual deprivation, and that is something that you kind of feel like you biologically need and maybe mentally need right away, then be responsible. You know, pick a partner that you think is responsible, maybe somebody from the past that you always had a connection with, or somebody you've been talking to on maybe a platonic level that you could imagine yourself being with, that you know something about, that you already know this person and have an idea of how they are. And if you do, no one's to judge, but if you do, at least be responsible. I recall a time when I was transitioning relationships where there was this married woman and I thought, okay, she said she was separated and, you know, she was out having a good time and she was carefree. She didn't care. So I ended up going to this woman's house and, you know, we were just sitting at a table and there was a knock on the door. And she said, she looked out the window and she's like, oh, it's my husband. We're separated, but he's been trying to come back home. But then she comes to me and says, can you go downstairs, please? Hide behind the door. You know, he won't leave until I let him in and talk to him for a second. I promise he won't be here long. Can you go downstairs and hide? And I'm like, I'm a grown man. I'm not hiding from nobody. And then I thought, you know what? This guy's probably emotional. He's probably hurt. He could be desperate. He could be trying to save his marriage. I don't want to add fuel to that fire. So I said, you know what? Let me go downstairs. You know, I'll go downstairs. I'm not hiding, but I'll go downstairs and I'll be quiet so they can hash out whatever it is they need to hash out. So at that moment, I found myself downstairs behind a door, being quiet as I could be. While I was down there for that few moments, I was thinking, man, this guy, he must love her to death. You know, I heard him upstairs begging and pleading to get back with her and to make it right for the children. And I'm sitting there downstairs like, I barely know this woman, and I can actually make a difference. I can give them the chance to reconcile and to make their relationship, their marriage better, or I can just be that grimy kind of individual and I can just be out for only my personal gain. So which one would you be? How would you do it? Would you look out for yourself, or would you look out for the betterment of possibly their family as a unit? Well, I chose to be the good guy. He finished begging, he accepted that, and he left. And I come up a stairs, and I thought, for that whole 3-4 minutes, all I could think about was, what if that was me? What if that was a good friend of mine? What if that was my brother or somebody I cared about in that same predicament, being the man at the door, basically begging to keep his family together and his relationship? So I chose to use my better judgment and to walk away from the situation. I left respectfully, and I'm sure that woman still respects me to this day, because she ended up getting back with her husband and her family, and to my knowledge they're doing okay. So the point is this: when you're transitioning relationships, don't do anything irrational, don't do anything irresponsible. Use your head, take time to do you. So my question to you is this: is it okay to jump into something new? Is it okay to be physical? I want you to answer and tell me if it is okay, in what kind of circumstances would it be okay? Or should you take time out to yourself and heal and grow as an individual and get your thoughts together in moving forward? I want to hear your opinion. Thanks for tuning in to The Thread. Once again, it's me, Les Holmes, thethread.ca. Leave your comments below. Bam.